points in Jimmy Kimmel's career. Is this somebody we should really be rooting for?
This is Falset Media doing a reaction on Corey Holcomb's TV show. Well, internet show. Hit thumbs up button.
Holcomb drops bombs on Jimmy Kimmel getting his show back.
Anyway,
God, stupid. Man.
All right. So if you guys haven't heard, Jimmy Kimmel is back on air, and and out of all the people making a comment about it, we got Roseanne Barr. So not she come out of the woodwork and she's griping about, she's accusing ABC of a double standard because when they booted her back in 2018, Roseanne Barr.
Okay.
You know who that is, right?
Yeah,
Remember the actress, comedian, whatever. When ABC booted her from her show, and that was her comeback show, because remember they redid Roseanne's show, and it was the highest rated show on ABC. But they still booted her back in 2018. But let me tell you, I don't know if you recall what she said.
I was going to say, you remember what she said?
Yes, and that pales in comparison to what Jimmy said. What Jimmy said had nothing to do with it. So what she said in this recent interview, she's griping about this. But back then in 2018, hold on, I took a screenshot of it.
That hoe used to bust down on stage.
What are you talking about?
Roseanne.
Get all
Roseanne?
full Monty side of the game.
Really?
Bitch
Really?
ain't got nothing to lose.
Wow.
Bitch ain't got nothing to lose.
So she's complaining because she's saying that now, from now on, they have never, they've never forgiven her. They've ruined her life. She said that they stole all her work because now she couldn't come back to the show, and that she's now being called a racist for all time, for eternity.
Damn.
So what she said was,
You don't realize Roseanne did a full spread nude photo shoot in a magazine. I remember I was a kid. I didn't see it, but I remember it was like real controversial because her being so big and shit. And she was like in her early 40s. She was like in her early 40s, early to mid 40s. I think she's like in her late 60s now, early 70s. But back then she was like she was like my age now. So she had to maybe a little bit younger, maybe 45. And she did a full nude spread. Like she was like in a garden somewhere, butt ass naked. Yeah, I remember it was in some magazine, but I don't think it was like real controversial. But I don't even think nobody even bought it. But it was like, how big ass did that? It was. Yeah, I remember that as a kid, but I don't remember seeing it though.
She made a tweet. She had tweeted that the former Barack Obama advisor Valerie Garrett was a product of Planet of the Apes and the Muslim Brotherhood. That's what she said.
She had Mike outside.
So can you believe
say
that?
that again?
She had tweeted, right?
Oh, I know what you're saying.
Right, remember? Because she was on this whole rant.
She basically called Valerie Garrett a monkey, low key.
I remember that.
And I think that was the backlash. But it does sound pretty benign now.
What did she say?
She was like one of the first MAGA type people coming out. In 2018, she tweeted that the former Barack Obama's advisor Valerie Garrett was a product of Planet of the Apes and the Muslim Brotherhood.
But do you realize, I know Hollywood, that's not why she got canceled, I bet.
No, she talked about them people.
She's obnoxious.
She already was on her way, yeah.
She's obnoxious.
They were looking for that.
So they found a loophole, whenever they want to 86 her.
That makes sense.
She's obnoxious.
Makes
Come on,
sense.
man.
Makes sense.
See, if you're a bad and you obnoxious, you can tolerate it a little longer. Can you imagine nobody who wants is talking shit? Mm-hmm. If this was back in the day, she would be put in a ditch and stoned.
That's hilarious.
That's true, yeah.
Especially after she did the Star Spangled Banner that time. Everybody was pretty much done with her. They was like, you're disrespectful. You're just loud and disrespectful. Crazy.
But anyway,
Heard of that at
back
all.
to that Jimmy Kimmel, even though he has returned, it's not going to be played on all the stations because next.
And plus she fat. The world do not like fat people, man. That's why I'm trying to lose some weight now. The world is very cruel to fat people. It's the truth. People do not. Every time somebody fat come around, even fat people scoff at fat people. You know what I'm saying? The world don't like fat people, man. It's true. I know it sounds harsh, but they don't. And you see how, has she been hot, pretty, or even just like skinny, she could have did that Star Spangled Banner when she sung that and kind of was people didn't like it because she's big. That's how people are with that. I hate to say it, that's how it is, man. Go to the gym. Oh shit, go to the gym.
Star and Sinclair, they have other, how you say, those smaller kind of towns,
affiliates.
Like these they're like, we're not going for it. We're not going to air him. So even though ABC.
Yeah, all the affiliates are not going to pick him up. And, that actually is going to be a bigger impact than we realize. If you're not carried in all markets, I think his days are numbered still. You know what I mean? Like when they figure out that they can't sell ads in these different marketplaces, it's another way of doing what they did when the FCC put pressure on ABC to do something. And mind you, he wasn't canceled. He was suspended indefinitely, which is something different, but it has the same impact. Jimmy Kimmel, I don't think, is completely out of the water just yet.
He is on there. They brought him back. In certain cities, they said, "Oh, we're still not going to play him. We're still going to ban it, whatever." So they're still acting up. But
so they basically did things to influence the destruction of his career.
Pretty much. I mean, he'll be on with the big cities and stuff. So
all he can do is get it back in the streets.
No, I thought they put the show back on.
No, but there's other affiliates, stations that they're like refusing to play it.
He's just gonna go on Netflix and they're gonna make him richer.
That's an interesting thing.
They're trying to, right? So this might make it happen.
What is two companies? I don't understand.
It's those two companies.
Sinclair.
And Sinclair.
They own some ABC affiliates.
Right.
Oh yeah, Sinclair is huge. So that'll be a huge impact to Jimmy Kimmel.
So those other affiliates right now are saying we're not going to play him, but now they're trying to get them, like to have them merge with them. Anyway, but he's back. So he's back. Now this is pretty interesting. I don't even know how these people got away with it, but
let me ask you a question. Let me throw this in here.
Oh, go ahead.
Does Jimmy Kimmel date that one female comedian?
No, he's been married for the longest time. You talking about Homegirl? He dated her way back in the day.
Sarah Silverman.
Sarah Silverman.
Yeah,
way
I don't
back
give
in the
I say it. I went to go see Sarah Silverman. That was some of the most racist comedy I ever seen in my life.
Yeah, way
and
back.
People were clapping it on because she was just bold enough to say it. Like it was straight racism. Racism. That's why when I see that lady, I think about when I went to go see her at the Improv, and I was like, wow, she gets away with this? Like, yo. I mean, because I already know people think how they think. In fact, I'm appreciative to see how you really think. But I can say this on a stack of Bibles. I ain't never seen, because it wasn't funny. It was just insults.
I've never seen her stand
I was
up,
like,
so I don't
damn,
know.
this get to talk this shit like this? You picked the right way. You picked the right night. She could not do that act in front of nobody but people that hate black people.
Wow.
Because the stuff she was saying, she had no jokes, just insults, and then people was like, yeah. I was like, wow.
Sarah's the white superhead.
I've seen Sarah a couple times, and I can say that she does ride that line. And I remember that era probably in particular. I think she's toned it down a whole lot. There was a time where white comedians were trying to be edgy by adding the N-word into their comedy. I don't think that's the time now, and I think she probably figured out that a lot of what she said. That doesn't mean she doesn't hold those same views. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I've seen her probably 2 or 3 times at little spots around L.A., just when she would pop in for a show.
I don't know. What? Somebody just said that.
They said they both did blackface. Sarah Silverman and Jimmy Kimmel. Is that true?
I worked on a Jimmy Kimmel show out here in L.A. and this is like maybe 15 years ago, and this is back when she was dating. Her and Jimmy was dating, and Jimmy didn't have no kids and nothing. Of course, he hadn't met his wife yet, and they were dating. I remember that. And then right after I left working at Jim, I was only there for a couple months. They fired my ass, but Guillermo, that little Mexican, Guillermo ass is a racist. He don't like black people unless, like, if you're a rich and famous black person, then he cool with you. But Guillermo, he's a little racist, little Mexican. He was over all the security guards at Jimmy Kimmel show. People think that he's just like just like an actor, but no, he runs all the security at the Jimmy Kimmel live studio.
I would love to see that. I'm telling you what this lady was saying. For me to remember it like that, I only saw it at one time, but I was like, she ain't even cracking jokes. She just saying bad stuff about black people.
Ooh.
Right. Passing it off.
It was terrible.
Was it?
It was terrible.
She like black, like a too, though.
I think a lot of them do.
That might be why.
Anyway, nasty work in the chat. It's funny you brought this up, but
The chat.
be quiet. But anyway, nasty work. It's funny you brought that up. Good segue. So this next thing, I don't know how these people got away with it, but it's pretty funny. So
Who was that right there?
that's Jimmy Kimmel.
That's Jimmy Kimmel.
I thought that
Kimmel,
was Carl
no
Malone.
B in it.
Oh, he did that, huh?
He did the
Damn.
what's his name? Robert Downey. He did the tropical.
No, that was him playing Carl Malone on the Man Show, I believe, back in the day. So you see, people have all this stuff in their history, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I put on blackface, no big deal." Sarah Silverman in a very traditional blackface here, and it's just like a little bit of research, you would know how offensive this is. But for some reason, their comedy got in the way of them even considering black people. And this is just a warning out here for all the people that are rejoicing now that Jimmy Kimmel got his show back. Either him or his writers thought that was a good idea for him to put on some form of blackface. Now, he's been apologizing and tap dancing for years. I mean, short of, actually doing anything to really
The thumbs up button. Appreciate y'all watching the channel.
atone for that. But now you're supposed to be sympathetic for him
11 minutes and shit.
getting called out and losing his show, being suspended indefinitely.
Thunder. Crazy.
I didn't really know why they were doing that to Kimball, but now I see this picture. I didn't know he did that.
You think it's because of the picture?
Huh?
Oh God, that's all.
Is that you?
Like Sarah Silverman, her doing that, I know that. Like her hatred for us was heard that day I saw her perform.
Right.
It was no jokes. It was just all hate speech. And that particular crowd ate it up. But I didn't know Jimmy Kimmel did this. Interesting.
I remember it because somebody brought it up. When people were bringing out, when Twitter first started,
There's
coming
Jimmy
out,
Fallon.
they were bringing up a bunch of old stuff and
Who was that?
repeating it. Jimmy Fallon.
I think he was playing
So
Chris
that's
Rock.
Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah, he was playing Chris Rock.
He was doing Chris Rock.
He
huh?
was imitating Chris Rock.
What's this YouTuber who was out there acting like the hillbillies?
Oh, he'll be black.
Drewski.
Yeah, I know. What's his name?
I don't know his name, but no, it ain't Drewski. It's
No,
another.
That's
Drewski.
him. That's who I'm talking about.
Oh, that's who he is.
Did you see when he did the white face at
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
at the NASCAR?
yeah, that shit went crazy.
When he looked like one of the Wayans from the movie.
He looked like one of the hillbillies.
Yeah,
He looked exactly like one of the hillbillies.
yeah, he be going crazy on that. That shit went crazy. They was mad at him trying to blackball him and everything.
Yeah.
It blew him up.
Yeah.
It blew him up.
All right. Well,
So is there?
Yeah, I think it was far more positive impact that Drewski got from doing that sketch than negative. And would that be the equivalent, the white face, if it were, as it were? They were mad about it. Much more mad than we've been about Jimmy Kimmel ever doing blackface or Sarah Silverman. People still watch Jimmy Kimmel's show. I'm sure not a whole bunch of people watch Jimmy Kimmel's show late night, but they didn't receive any immediate back.
Robert Downey Jr. What's that movie he played in that everybody thought was just so? I mean, it was kind of funny. I ain't gonna front, but yeah, him playing a black man. He was playing a black man. Tropic Thunder. That's the movie. Yeah.
Classic. There was people
Hit the thumbs up button.
that was looking for Drewski, I'm pretty sure there wasn't anybody seriously out there or that he had any threats. But, of course, you had the online chatter. And a lot of that stuff that they did, the Man Show specifically, was before the internet was cracking like it is. There was no Twitter probably at that point. But still, it was done.
Difference what Drewski did versus what they did?
Oh, for sure.
What's the difference?
Well, I mean, the history of blackface. Blackface was how white.
Look at Drewski.
He's so
That's
stupid.
him.
Oh my God, he's so funny.
The way they put the sunburn on him
Ooh,
was
he looks
crazy.
just like he. Oh, that was good.
They put the sunburn. Whoever did that spray sunburn, that's just comedy.
Right.
The
But he
tattoo.
looks like.
Oh my God, that is hilarious. He's too much. That's funny.
I mean,
And see, the difference is between this and what Sarah Silverman had on. Sarah Silverman was going with the traditional blackface. She blackened up, and like it accentuates your lips. They got big lips or whatever. You don't see Drewski doing anything but trying to go undercover here. That's the difference. Drewski is trying to blend in. They're trying to stand out. That Karl Malone that Jimmy Kimmel didn't look anything like a black person. But for some reason, he's supposed to be given a pass,
but I'm saying, like, if anybody has a difference between what Drewski did and what those other two, Jimmy Fallon and Jimmy Kimmel, did, is there something we could say about that? What's the difference?
The history of blackface. So, back in the day, when we weren't so free in this country, a lot of white entertainers would go to the South during slavery, and even during Reconstruction, and they had slaves that were in charge of entertainment on plantations that the masters would lend out to other plantations or charge them to use them to do what we do. And so a lot of white entertainers back then would go to the South and steal the acts of the enslaved entertainers. And
Look at that. Those two could be brothers right there. That's a real white man on the left. I covered him in the actual coverage I did of Drewski. He's almost the inspiration for what Drewski is wearing.
Go back to New York, go to London, go to Europe, and do their acts. And one of the things that they would do so they could make it more believable, because it was black culture stuff, was they would put the blackface on. So it would be more realistic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So this is, when they put that blackface on, they don't really understand. I don't think they really, maybe they do know, but, it's basically mocking, the mocking the entertainers that never were really paid well for their acts,
Well, I think that really they do know. I think there is no confusion about how offensive it will be, or else they wouldn't even try it. They wouldn't even attempt it. If they weren't acutely aware of how negatively this would be portrayed, they wouldn't think it was edgy, or they wouldn't think it was offensive in the way that they wanted it to be. But Craig brings up a good point too. Like, all those people who keep saying black culture is transient or black culture doesn't exist, he just explained to you the origins of entertainment in this country. And that's how much of an impact black Americans have had on this country. Because even when they were trying to get into the entertainment industry, they were imitating us to do so. Exactly. Why? Because we had the sauce. We had the flavor. They didn't have any flavor at all. Literally, every original American art form derives from the black American community. I want to put this out there to my international folks too, because for some reason, I think there's a misconception here of what you're seeing, because you come or you visit American culture and you don't realize where it comes from. You just assume that's all American. But I mean jazz music, rock and roll, bluegrass, country music, all derived from the black community and the black experience. They are imitating what we've been doing. It's not the other way around. So when Beyonce does a country album and gets flack for it, how dare you? Really? That's the history that's missing. So I don't want to ever hear anybody else talking about black Americans don't have any culture. The only culture you're seeing, for the most part, is black American culture. But y'all don't hear me, though.
I'm saying?
I don't want to cut you off. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah. I mean, because this whole art of comedy was invented by us. There was no such thing as a stand-up comedian before black people came.
Homeboy said, now y'all don't hear me. I had the point. He just showed his age. Fawcett Media. I haven't heard that since 1992. Damn, he went way back. Y'all don't hear me though. Interesting. Hit the thumbs up button.
Came to this country. You know what I mean? There was nobody getting on stage by themselves and doing comedy the way we do it. We invented the art. We invented the structure of the art. We invented everything about the art form. So to do that is just saying, hey, we can still steal from you and you can't do nothing about it.
Well, yeah, good point. I want to say this because I think our subconscious mind is trained not to say this, but my mind is trained differently. I'm in danger because I speak from the heart. It's not the same what Drewski did versus what Jimmy Kimmel and Fallon did. And I want to tell you why. This, what Drewski did, in my opinion, is comedy. What Jimmy Fallon and Kimmel did was to mock us in front of their friends and go for a laugh. Look what I'm going to do.
Right.
I'm going to get away with it.
Right.
Because we know what we've done to them. We know what we've done to them. Look at that. People say this a bad. That got on. Look, the other picture, she got on just as much makeup as she has with the blackface. I just don't understand how people call bad. These ain't shit. If you see that walk around the house without no makeup on, you'll be like, oh. But I'm saying, like, these people are guilty of wicked crimes against an entire race, the original man. Fallon, I didn't know he did that. F*** Kimmel, I didn't know he did that. The only reason I know about Sarah Silverman, because when I was still being courted by the industry, I went down there to the Improv, and they was like, oh, this girl, Sarah Silverman, going up. I didn't know I was like, oh, okay, let me watch. What the f***? All evil against black people for the audience that she assembled. So it's no way it could be the same thing. Can a roach be racist against black people? No. Why can't a roach be racist against black people? Because it's a fucking roach. It has no power to do nothing but get stepped on. We are fucking roaches to them. And you need to know that. Even when you smile with them, their hearts are made differently. They're not the same as me and you. You're taught to think everybody's equal. No.
Them motherfuckers, yeah, white people evil as hell. Damn. Let me breaking it down. Go ahead, he preaching, y'all. Let this man cook.
We're not equal. Wicked consistency in what they do is what I watch and build my better judgment on. This is what I build my better judgment on. We're not the same. Do I know people who are not black who have shown me not to be wicked? A few. If I speak from the heart, most of the people I know in America who are not black show me things that scare me. But I'm still of a heart that's open and kind, not because this is how I was built. If you're kind and respectful to me, I'm going to be kind and respectful to you because that's how I'm built. But I have seen things people have done against black people where I'm like, do you even be around black people?
Wow.
Where did you get this?
Yeah.
Because we have some reputations out here that blow my mind. And most of our reputations come from being conditioned to think like we think.
Right.
But when we are free-minded, We create some of the things that make it where society can move like it moves. So when you watch Drewski do what he does, it can't be racism. He doesn't have the power to be a racist.
That's
It doesn't matter what he do. They're going to take the rights of everything he does. They own it all. Who are they? The wicked people of the nation. Which is why your music, I'm talking to all the artists who are out now, you don't even own it. Everything Craig said happened back then is happening right now. Your music is being used as the wicked want to use it. So when you watch Drewski do what he does, don't ever get to comparing it to what you see Fallon and Kimmel do.
Because, have you heard what's going on with Spotify? Spotify has just come out and said, and I'm going to allege this because I haven't seen any contracts, but they basically put some new terms in that said that they own your likeness in order to train their AI off of it. We've also gotten our first AI artist, a black woman that sings R&B. Go figure. The first R&B AI artist that people are trying to sign for millions of dollars. It's a slap in the face to the music industry. It's a slap in the face to black artistry. And now Spotify has come out and saying that everything you put on their platform, they have the right and ownership, probably in perpetuity, to do whatever they please with it. Think about that. Anyway, man, this got to be a deep episode. Corey Holcomb was spitting, of course. Make sure you please go over and follow Corey Holcomb. Watch the whole live stream. It was a great live stream, as usual.
That's Fawcett Media. I like his stuff. He's good. He's good at what he do on his thing. That's why I do what I do, because of these people. Fawcett Media, go ahead and subscribe to him and 5150 Show. But yeah, let me see. It's a thing. I didn't know Jimmy Kimmel. He had Jimmy Fallon did it too. Yeah, I mean everybody's. I mean, come on, you know what I'm saying? That's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy, man. Anyway, what do y'all think about this video? Leave your comments and subscribe to the channel. Hit the thumbs up button.